The most beautiful game. The goal of the game is the enlightenment of humanity. Hello, dear ones. Cryon welcomes you, the players in the beautiful game on the playground called Earth. In this new era, a vast number of people on your planet are awakening. Each day, more of you, enlightened ones, remembering your true essence and connecting with your divine beauty. Cryon means you are remembering your immortality. It means you are recalling your power. It means you are remembering your creative nature. It means you become happy, dear ones, like a spirit, deriving immense pleasure from the magnificent adventure that is your life on this beautiful planet. Understand, dear ones, you cannot be happy. You cannot enjoy until you remember that you are eternal, that nothing can harm you, that everything happening to you is a game. In other words, you can only be happy if you start looking at things through the eyes of spirit. Spirit plays. But its game is not a manifestation of frivolity. Spirit plays a complex, serious game, yet never forgets it is a game in which there can be no defeat. Even if you make mistakes and take wrong turns in this game, you are always given a new chance. You can always correct your errors, and it depends on you, how you relate to the world, to yourself, to others, and to the game itself. What is a game, dear ones? It is an act where everything is not real, although it closely resembles reality. It is an act that brings pleasure when played with enthusiasm, but always remembering it's a game. And finally, it is an act with its own rules. If there are rules, then firstly, everything happening is not random. Everything happens according to the conditions of the game, to make playing interesting and for participants to learn during the process. And secondly, if there are rules, they cannot be broken. They must be followed so you won't exit the game prematurely or regress. You will only move forward and upward, towards new victories and greater happiness. The goal of your game is enlightenment, dear ones. When you even briefly attain it, when a little light enters your life, you start to understand that everything happening is a game. If you realize you are actually playing, then the game has achieved its goal. You have removed the veil separating you from the divine home. You have remembered your true nature, your angelic divine nature. Right now, a vast number of people in the world are awakening. The eyes of your spirit are opening, dear ones. And it becomes easier and easier for you to accept the truth that everything happening to you is not real, that all of this is a game. It is within your power to end games that cause suffering. You understand there is no need for you to suffer. No one dies for real. You do not lose loved ones. No one can harm you. And if any dramatic events occur in your life, it means you have chosen such an episode in the game for yourself. Why? To awaken sooner, dear ones. To understand that all of this is just a game. Therefore, you are not obligated to play something you do not like. You can change the conditions of your game yourself. Yes, dear ones, your awakening creative abilities, and possibilities of a mage, a master of light, are needed primarily to willingly change the circumstances of your life that do not suit you. Remember, it's just a game, and you have chosen this episode in the game for yourself. Look at this episode from the side through the eyes of spirit. Understand why you need it. To acquire new qualities? To rid yourself of old and outdated behavior patterns? In any case, this episode is necessary for you to change, dear ones. Understand? Not to make you suffer or feel like a victim. To temper your spirit. Find your self-worth. Remember your true beauty. Rise to your full potential and change what needs to be changed. You are capable of this. Don't wait for someone else to come along and do it for you. Only disbelief in yourself makes you wait for someone else's help. It's time to reclaim your power. It's time to take responsibility for yourself and your life. It's time to start playing a new game. Not one that causes pain and suffering, but one that brings you joy. You are now on the threshold of a new time when suffering will end. It is inevitable, my dears. So accelerate your liberation from it. Contribute to the construction of a new reality for planet Earth. Free yourself and your life from suffering. Choose new games instead of the old ones you're tired of. Remember that you chose to travel to Earth not only for the sake of enlightening the planet and humanity, not only for the sake of lessons and difficult tasks, but also for the sake of pleasure. And I'll let you in on a secret. You get pleasure when you successfully cope with lessons, tasks, and enlightenment work. You are true magicians, masters of light. You know how to work virtuously, easily, and gracefully, bringing joy to yourself and others. Remember this. Regain your ability to create easily and gracefully. You will see how your life will be transformed, how the world around you will change. Start playing a new game, the one that brings happiness. All changes start from within, my dears. All changes for the better are created by the Spirit. But for this, you must allow it to create and make good changes within you. Wake up, my dears, and life will no longer be difficult for you. Do you still complain that life is hard? So you haven't fully woken up to the game yet. So you haven't fully realized that it is in your power to change this game and start living easily, with pleasure, while solving complex and important tasks. Don't think that living with ease means doing nothing but resting and relaxing. Living with ease means easily solving problems that seemed difficult. Living with ease means realizing that you are free to make any moves in the game, and this does not threaten you in any way. Living with ease means that you are the master of the situation and are free to change the game as you wish. Cryon. Yes, my dears, this is a game in which you are both the players and the game leaders and its directors. There is no one pulling your strings like puppets. There is no one playing you. You play only by yourselves. And the object of the game is energies. You play not by yourself and not by each other. You play by energies, trying different ways of using them, observing the results, drawing conclusions, and trying again, already in more effective ways. And all this for your own good, joy, and pleasure. Play joyfully and play seriously. Do you think these are incompatible concepts? They are very compatible. Easily solving complex tasks, solving them in a game where you and only you are the master of every move, every step, every action. You get indescribable joy. Try it. And you will have no time for despondency, apathy, longing, suffering. Meeting the next task, your spirit, figuratively speaking, will rub its hands together, play its muscles, and say, "Wow, this is a task for me. Now we will solve it, and we will do it beautifully, joyfully, with pleasure." Just give the spirit such an opportunity, and it will be immensely happy, and with it you will be happy too. My dears, you can do it. Just treat every situation in your life as a game and your behavior as moves in a game. Complex, confusing combinations sometimes arise on your game board. But for the spirit, it is joy to seek and find a way out of them. Every time you decide what to do, ask yourself, is the move I want to make winning enough? Am I sure of this? Or maybe I need to do something more effective. Or maybe I need to do something that will help me become stronger. To win the game, you need to step out of your comfort zone and start taking action. Remember, every situation in the game is needed so that you can express yourself, realize your strength, your light, your divine love and beauty in the external world. And therefore, my dears, do not avoid moves in the game. Avoid the temptation to sit in a cozy, familiar corner. Now, when the earth has entered a new energy, the game has become very active. Every day requires new solutions, new moves from you. Yes, you cannot lose in this game, but if you dodge and sit in warmth and comfort, your path to victory can be very long, and new tests will arise on this path. Why do you need them if you can resolve everything quickly right now in an accelerated mode, when your problems fall off like unnecessary husk, as soon as you just move your finger, or rather, express your intention and follow the prompts of the Spirit? My dears, the Spirit has given each of you enough time to stay in your comfort zone. Remember, you then complained that nothing was happening in your life and you were bored? So, this time, which seemed boring to some of you, was given to you so that you could strengthen the muscles of your spirit in silence and solitude. Find a solid foundation within yourself. Remember your divinity, and learn to carry light. And you succeeded in this, my dears. Even those who complained of boredom still did the necessary work. And now this time is over. Now you are not bored, are you? Events follow one another and require action from you. This means that it is time to get out of your cozy cocoon. Cryon. You have accumulated energies of light and love within yourself. Now it's time to test these energies in action to transform the external world. And such work involves leaving your comfort zone. Rejoice, my dears. You wanted this, you waited for this, and this time has come. And if you are still afraid to leave your comfort zone, then the world still seems to you dangerous and hostile. This is because you still do not believe in your role as masters of your life. You create your own world, my dears. What you created, so it will be. If you set yourself up to feel comfortable, calm, safe, always and everywhere, the boundaries of your comfort zone will expand. Gradually, they will move further and further away. Imagine that the whole earth is a playground and it is a comfortable place. This is a place of joy, light, and love. If you decide so, so it will be. My dears, always and everywhere to follow unconditional love, to act on the basis of divine love and beauty. This is the main condition of the game you are playing. If you follow this condition, your game will be truly beautiful and will begin to bring you only happiness. Play wisely, play with passion, play joyfully, even if you have to play the most difficult games. And whatever you play, keep unconditional love in your heart, both for yourself and for your partners in the game and for the game itself. Playing and rejoicing, enjoying and having fun, feeling more and more strong and powerful, you will build a new, happy world on Earth. So be it. Cryon, remember that the human form is given to you only temporarily, and in fact you are a divine being of angelic nature. You simply forgot about it. Try to remember. Think about what it is like to be an angel who has decided to temporarily take on human form for the sake of an exciting journey on Earth. The angel knows that he is immortal, that he cannot be harmed, that everything that happens on Earth is not real, it is a game or an experiment. And moreover, this experiment is set up by himself to test his own capabilities. And most importantly, the capabilities of divine energies in earthly conditions. And most importantly, this game is intended not only for learning and gaining experience, not only for tempering the energies of the spirit, but also for pleasure. Because the angel is interested in everything. Everything surprises and amazes him, absolutely everything that he encounters on Earth. He constantly remembers that this is temporary, that it does not threaten him in any way, and that he should get as many impressions as possible during the journey. See, learn and remember as much as possible. Imagine how an angel looks at everything that you see around. What pictures unfold before him? What would he pay attention to first? Maybe he would notice something new and interesting in what seems ordinary and boring to you. Draw a picture of the world through the eyes of an angel for yourself. And then imagine yourself as such an angel. You are an angel. You just need to internally identify with your angelic essence and look at the world through the eyes of an angel. If it is difficult to imagine yourself as an angel, imagine yourself as a star traveler who arrived from another galaxy, but necessarily a bright, loving being. Imagine that you are a tourist here and look at everything through the eyes of an interstellar tourist. Be surprised, remember, accumulate impressions. Try to communicate with people and go about your usual business, perceiving the world as a bit from the outside and at the same time with interest and admiration, as a bright spirit. An interstellar traveler would perceive it. Exercise. Life situations as game tasks. Think about the task or problem that you are currently facing. It can be both a serious difficulty and any business post-nebelshu. No trebujusci od vas nekotorik usili. Analyze your emotions towards him. Does it cause you irritation, rejection, worries, anxiety? Looking at him through the eyes of the spirit, you will be able to get rid of these emotions and begin to feel enthusiasm. Look at this task as a game situation. Imagine that you are a player. You have a game board in front of you, and you need to solve this task as efficiently and successfully as possible in order to move on in the game. An important rule: keep unconditional love in your soul and act in the name of the highest good, not only your own, but also of other people. The highest good consists in development, following the path of the spirit. Think about what actions you can take for this purpose, and what actions will clearly not correspond to this goal. Also, think about how you can best realize the qualities of the spirit in this action. Which of your qualities need training, and which need to be changed to match the qualities of the spirit? Maybe you need to show yourself as an adult, responsible person, or approach the matter creatively, or learn compassion, or become more decisive, overcome apathy, or show genuine care for yourself, acting in your own best interests, even if the circumstances are against it. Also ask yourself the question, what behavior of mine will best express my divinity, my inner beauty? Ask God for help in finding the answers. Enlist the support of the Spirit, and boldly step onto the playing field. Do not be afraid of anything. Act as your heart tells you, as your inner beauty and self-esteem dictate. Exercise. The whole planet is a comfort zone. Be alone with yourself in a calm, comfortable environment. Mentally transport yourself to the most pleasant and comfortable place for you, where you feel good, where you feel safe. But focus not on the perception of this imaginary place, but on your inner feelings. If you are calm and comfortable, then you feel at home. And this home is inside you. You can at any time reproduce these feelings of being at home among loved ones, in a cozy, pleasant atmosphere. This is the feeling of the divine home, in which you are surrounded by your loving divine family. If you feel this comfortable place as an area within certain boundaries, imagine that you are pushing these boundaries back to accommodate as much of the surrounding world as possible in your comfort zone. Imagine that the energy field of your comfort zone covers not only your entire house, but also the entire street. Imagine that the street has also become part of your comfortable world. If you feel at home in your inner space, it will not be difficult for you to feel at home, that is, in comfort and safety and in a wider space. Getting used to this feeling, mentally expand your comfort zone to a wider area, already including many streets and blocks. Getting used to this feeling, push the boundaries of your comfort zone even further, to the limits of the city, then the country, the continent, and finally the entire Earth. Take your time, stay at each stage for as long as you need to get used to new sensations. When you expand your comfort zone to the limits of the planet, you will understand that you can feel at home anywhere in the world. This is how it is. You are really at home wherever you are because your divine home is always and everywhere with you, and you can bring it with you to any point on Earth. Remember this feeling and remember it every time you have a fear of a new uncomfortable situation. Remember that you always carry your comfort zone with you and can at any time spread it to any place and any situation.